Terri here. Today I wanted to do another Dollar Tree wreath because I had so much fun doing the other one that I thought it would be a lot of fun to do one for Halloween. So I was in the Dollar Tree the other day and I saw this little hat. So I don't know if you've seen, but there are a ton of people who are doing little witches hats right now. And what I like about this is that it already has this nice little form on it. It's plastic, but that's okay. It'll be okay plastic. Now the other thing you could do if you're worried about it being plastic is you can take some wire coat hangers and just kind of attach it in the back, and that'll give it a little bit more stability. But we're going to use this to make a cute wreath. So let's get started. Okay, so we'll get started. So I have this cute little hat that I got from the Dollar Tree, and there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can leave it like this. You can take your black mesh and wrap it around and cover it. Or the other thing you can do is you can take this little part off, and that's what I did. I've already done that on this one. So I just pulled the boo and the little clip off just because, I don't know, I think it just looks a little better without it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this part up here just like it is. It just is, it's already cute, it's already covered, there's no sense in recreating it. So I'm just going to cover this little part down here. So we have all our different colors. And what I want to do is to make ruffles. So what we're going to need is we're going to need pipe cleaners. Let's get a few of those out. We're going to need our mesh and some ribbon. So I'm actually going to cut these. Okay, so I'm going to take my mesh and I'm going to cut it at 30 inches. I just like that, especially with this smaller mesh. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk my fingers right up through the middle, like this. Just like this. And then we're going to end up with this cute little bow. Isn't that cute? I like that. So then we'll take one of our pipe cleaners and go around the back and just tie it off. Like that. You see, isn't that cute? That looks cute. See, then what we're going to do is we're going to put some ribbon on it, and then we're going to put it right in here and make a cute little detail down here at the bottom. And the other thing we're going to do is we're going to do a bow up here at the top. But I'm going to make, I'm going to do an orange, a purple, a black, a green, because I want all the different colors in there. I have all these ribbons, so I will cut up my ribbons. I will cut them at 12 inches. I'm not going to cut a ton of these because I want to save enough for a bow. So, and we're not going to need a ton of it for down here because this is small. It's not going to require a whole lot. Ella, stop. Oh. Okay. So the dog was barking, so let me say that again. I'm just going to cut a few of these and then do my little fold over and do my dovetail. And then what I'm gonna do, okay, so I'm gonna cut, I've done an orange. Let's do a black. So I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna cut it at 30 inches. Okay, and a purple. Do a purple. Okay. There we go. And let's do a green. All right. Okay. So I will get several of these cut. I'm going to get some ribbon cut, and then I will come back and we will start putting these together and putting them on here, and then we're going to make a bow, and we're going to do the bow by hand. I did want to show you also, so I've talked about this before, using a bow dabber, but I wanted to say that I had a comment the other day about having difficulty doing ruffles and doing curls, and especially doing the sunburst method that I've used. So I wanted to tell you that if you have those problems, you can use this bow dabber. I made a comment about it, but I wanted to just kind of show you. So let's say that you do your ruffle. You're still going to have to do the actual part, the curl, the ruffle, or the pull apart for the sunburst. But you can do it like this, and what you would want to do is put your pipe cleaner down in between the bow dabber and then just stick your ruffle right down in there. And then you don't have to hold it by hand, especially if you're doing something where you have to stack things. You can stack them right in this. This is a really great method. And then you would just pull this up like this and tie it off. So the rest of it would be the same thing. You would just use that to hold your pieces. So I wanted to show that. I've seen Damon Oates from Deco Exchange use the same method, and it really is a great thing to do if you have trouble with your hands. There are things that you can do, you know, to help with that. So I wanted to show you that. But I'm going to go ahead and finish cutting a bunch of these. Well, not a bunch. And cutting some ribbons at 12 inches. And you know, I'm using my little tool that I made. This is just the cardboard cut at 6 inches. And then when I wrap it around and cut it off at the top, that's a 12-inch ribbon. So then when I come back, we'll start decorating our cute little hat. So I'll be back. Alright, I've gotten quite a few cut. So I wanted to show you how I'm going to do this. So, I'm full. Well, I'm going to take my mesh. I'm going to make it into a ruffle just by walking my hands up the middle, like so. Okay. There we go. Now, I will take, okay, so I have my ruffle, and I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of ribbons. I'm going to hold this in my hand. I'm going to get my 2 ribbons, find the middle, like this, pinch it. I'm going to put it on top of the ruffle. Then I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and go around it. Then I'm going to pull it up like this, and I'm going to tie it really tight. There we go. So I'm essentially making little packets, bundles with my ruffles, which I don't generally do, but this is a different type of form, so I thought it would just be more appropriate. Then I will take this and I will go and I will put it right through this frame and tie it on like that, and just kind of fluff out my little ribbons like that. Then I'll do the next one. So I have a couple done, but I'm going to take them apart and put the ribbons on. This just makes it a little bit faster if you do it this way. You of course can do it the normal way, which is to put the pipe cleaner on, then tie this on the pipe cleaner. But I just thought this would save a little time. Okay. I'm actually going to cut this pipe cleaner in half because I don't really need the whole thing. Okay. So, let's see. Ah, here it is. I wanted this ribbon. Okay, so I'll put these two ribbons together, find the center, pinch it, put it on top of my ruffle. So I'm essentially making bundles with my little ruffle. Take it back here, look, tie it on. Okay, then I will bring my base back and I will go right next to the one that I just put down. I want to make it close enough that it's going to cover the little base down here. So see, I have them together. So you can just, there we go. And we'll fluff out our little ribbons like this. There we go. Okay, and I'll do I have a green one already done, so I'll do this one. And I just put the pipe cleaner on it to be a placeholder, which I do sometimes if I'm trying to save a little time. Okay, so I'll take another two ribbons, fold it over, get the center, put it right on top, and then put my pipe cleaner on. Here we go. Alright. I'm just kind of fluffing out my ruffle real quick. Okay. Then I'll take this one, bring back my little form, and go right next to the last one. I'm just pushing it through this plastic frame. Look. I'm going to move this back up a little bit because I don't want the bunch of the frame showing through. So, just tie that on like that. Okay. And then I can fluff out these ribbons. See, that's how it looks so far. I think that's cute. Alright, so I'm going to keep going. I have a black one already made. I'll show you that one and then I'll go off camera and do the rest. But so I have all kinds of different little ribbons here. Cute. Whoops. I don't have my little detail in this one. So I'm just going to fold it over. Cut at an angle. go. So these all the ribbons came from the Dollar Tree as well. So just put it on top of my ruffle. My pipe cleaner. And tie it on. And the reason I'm pulling it up like this is because I want it to stand up more. There we go. Alright. So once more, I just go right next to the last one. I'm just coming to the back and tying it on. Okay, just like that. Then I can fluff out my ribbon. Have it all standing up. There we go. Okay, so I'll show you the ruffle one more time. So if you don't need to see this part, you can just skip ahead. So I'll just take my 30-inch cut mesh, and I will just walk my fingers right up through the center. Just like this. So what I really do is I put my thumbs back here and I just gather the mesh with my fingers. Like this. Just makes it a little bit easier. So now I've got my mesh. I can take a couple of ribbons. Find the center, take my pipe cleaner, put them together, and tie it off. Now remember, if you have trouble with your hands, what you could do when you're making these or any bundle is you could take this and you could take your mesh, stick it down in there, put your pipe cleaner down in the bottom. Oops. Like that. Put your mesh in, put your ribbons on top, pull it up and tie it off. So anytime you need to do that, do it. Because it is not worth trying to hurt your hands. So I'm going to keep making these, and then I'm going to put them on here, and then when I come back, we're going to make a nice pretty bow for the top. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, I've gotten it all in, and I think it looks really cute. So I did not even use, I used maybe a half of each one of these rolls. So let's see, I did 1, 2, 3 of each one of these colors. So there are 4 colors, so 12. There are 12 little ruffles with the ribbons. So now that we've gotten this part done, I want to do a bow for the top. So if you have ever seen anyone do the Terri bow, the majority of people do it with the Pro bow. It just makes it a lot easier. So I wanted to show you how to do the Terri bow by hand. So this is not going to be difficult. It's just something that you need to do in stages. Let me find my wire here. Okay, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I am going to make each bow at a time. So a Terri bow has like 4 or 5 different ribbons in it. So what I'll do is on my first ribbon, I'm going to use about a 28-inch wire, because this is the wire that's going to hold them all together. Okay, got that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out which one of these I want to be my first ribbon. I think I'm going to do this. I like this. It's really pretty. I don't want to do a really large bow because this hat is kind of small. So I'm going to make my loops about 3 inches. But this is what I will do for a Terri bow. So I want my tail to be, oh, let's say 6 inches. So right here. So I'm going to pinch right there. I want my loop to be about 3 inches, like that, there. You see that? And then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to cut to match that. There, we have just made the first loop. So you don't have to do a middle loop. I just like it because, I don't know, it just makes it look a little bit more finished to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to twist it. I have the middle. I'm going to twist it around this bow and just make sure it's on there good and tight. Like that. I'm going to set it down. So now I'm going to go on, move that away. I'm going to go on to my second one. So we're going to use a total of 5. So we've got 1. Let's see, let's do this one, 2, 3, 4, and then, let's not do that one. Let's do this one. Okay, so I like this one a lot, so I'm probably going to make this one be my last one. No, I'll take that back. This is going to be my last one. Alright, so I'm going to do my second one. I'm going to do the same thing. So I want my, let's see, what did I say the tail was? Right here. 6 inches. So I've got my 6-inch tail. Let's make sure it looks the same. Yes. Alright. I want a 3-inch loop. Yes. So see, we have our 6-inch tail, our 3-inch loop. Now, you want to make your other 3-inch loop, just like that. Make sure that they match. They do. Okay. And then I can cut right here. Okay. So now I have, now I'm just kind of making sure they're in my hand good, because I'm going to tie it down next. So we have our 2 loops here, and we have our 2 tails. So we'll just pick up our bow again, and we're going to take this wire and we're going to go around the second ribbon a good couple times. You want it to be on there tight. Alright, so you see how this is starting to look like the bow that you would pull off of the Pro bow? So set that aside. Done with that ribbon. Let's go to the next ribbon. Let's do, I'm going to do kind of a black, a white, a black, a white, and then a yellow. I mean an orange, because it will help kind of define it. So we'll do 6 inches, pinch, do 3 inches, pinch, okay, and then make another 3-inch loop right there. And on this last one, you want to kind of twist it so that you'll have, you know, this part showing. So I'm going to use this to cut this off. Okay. Now I want to make sure that I'm holding it so that it will go in that wire. Alright, so see, I'm just holding it like this. Now I'm going to take this again with the bow loops down, go around, push it in, and I'm going to twist it nice and tight because I don't want that to go anywhere. Alright, so now we have 2 loops and 2 tails in there. Okay, so that's our 3rd ribbon. Put that aside. Now let's do our 4th one. Now let me tell you, with this, if you want to do one of these, 2 of these, 2 of these, you can do whatever you want to. It is really up to you. Well, look at that. We'll just clip this off. Sometimes with the Dollar Tree ribbon you do get kind of, but that's not going to matter, it'd be fine. Okay, so 6 inches again, pinch, get our 3-inch bow right there, pinch, okay, go around, make sure it's 3 inches, yes, twist that bottom piece because I want to make sure that it goes underneath here because I want it to be caught in that wire. So I'm pulling it underneath this bow and twisting it so that the pretty side's out. Now I can cut it off at 6 inches, right there. Then pick up my little bow again. I'm going to put it down on the wire with my bow loops down. And I'm just going to twist it again. I want it to be pretty tight because I don't want it to come loose. So, okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to do our last one, and then we can fluff it up. And we will have our Terri bow. Okay, so let's see. 6 inches, let's pinch it. Let's do 3 inches. Yes. Okay. Come back to the center. Make sure we have another 3 inches. Yes. Now, on this last one, you can decide whether you just want to have 1 of each or whether you want to have 2. I think I'm not sure I have enough of that. So I'm not going to do 2. But remember, with this loop, I want to make sure it comes underneath, and I want to twist it up so that I can make sure it's going to be tied down well in that wire. So normally I would do 2 loops here, but I don't have a ton of this ribbon, so I'm just going to do 1. So once again, I'm just going to take this bow, I'm going to go down, pick up my wire, and I'm going to twist it like that. There we go. See, looks like a hot mess just like it usually does when you get it off a Pro Bow. Now there are several ways that you can fluff this out. Now I have a fluff box, but if you don't, you can tie it down to any surface that it's not going to move. You could put a little nail on the side of a table. I'm going to use my fluff box just because it makes it a little bit easier for me to make sure that I'm going to get it nice and fluffed out. So when I use my fluff box, there's just a little hook here. I just put it around the hook, and then I put it around the nail. So the reason that this is good is because you want to be able to pull your ribbons in opposite directions. So I want these to go here. You see how this is kind of making it so that you just see tons of different bows. And that's why this bow is so pretty and fun is because it is lots of different colors and different bows together. So since I don't have a ton of bows in here, it's not going to take me very long to move them and fluff them out. But you can see what this is going to look like. Like that. But you see, it is not difficult at all to make a Terri bow by hand. You can do it. It is not hard. So if you do not have a pro bow and you can't afford one, that's okay. Just make each one individually and then tie them all together. It looks just as pretty as when you do it on the pro bow. The pro bow is awesome if you are a person who's going to be making a lot of bows. If you are a person who really struggles, then it's awesome. And I can tell you that the Bowdabra is really awesome as well. I really like both of them. To me, it's great because when I'm going to do a show and I have to get a whole bunch of wreaths together, doing it like this takes a little bit more time, whereas if I get my pro bow out, I can just whip through them like that. So it used to be I did most of them on the Bowdabra, but since I have the pro bow, I really like that. I really love these Terri bows, so I do it on that. So once you get it all set, I will just kind of turn these over, do my little details. See, when I'm using the pro bow, I usually do this as I'm putting it on the pro bow. But since I didn't use that, I'll do it now. And you know, you don't have to do this. It's a personal preference. Okay. And then we will put it on our hat. And we will have ourselves a very cute Dollar Tree witch's hat. Okay. There. Almost done. Here we go. All right. So you know, if you have a handy husband or friend, partner, they might be able to make you something like this. It's just a very solid piece of wood. So I like it. For me, it's very helpful. But you know, if you're doing a wreath, you can put this on the wreath and you can do it on the wreath as well. So I'm just trying to unhook it from my little thing there. And I'll move this out of the way. Alright, now, so I have my little witch's hat here. Let me put this up a little bit. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bow and I'm going to go to the end. See, and I've cut way more wire than I need to, but that's just kind of a habit of mine. And I'm just going to thread it through that little tip. And I'm just going to tie it on. I'm just going to kind of wrap it around a little bit. And then what I'll do is just fluff out my bow again. Just kind of move them around, make sure everything is in good place. Now, of course, you don't have to do a bow up here. You could just leave it blank. You could put little spiders here. That would be cute. You could do the big bow down here. And I wanted to show you another thing you can do. So let's cut another ribbon here. All right. Okay. So instead of doing the ruffles, you could do the curly. Would look really cute with this mesh as well. So I'll show you that. Okay. So you would just take, my mesh is sticking together. Okay, so you would just take your mesh, your rolls, and you would cut it at 10 inches. Each one of these at 10 inches. Then you would just take it, you want to do it the way that it likes to roll, and you're just going to roll it right up like this. Hold it in your hand or with a clip or in your bow dabber, anything that you need. And then go on to the next one. Just like that. Same thing with that one. Then with the purple. So I can tell you that this mesh from the Dollar Tree is very versatile. So don't be afraid to try something with it just because it's smaller. Okay, there we go. Alright, so we have our 4 together. You would take your ribbons, put 2 together. This is at 12 inches. Find the middle. Put them on top of your bundles. And use a pipe cleaner. I just have one cut in half. And you want to fold it up together like this and then tie it off. Now, you could cut your bows, your ribbons even smaller. So you could make your ribbons at 10 inches because these are really more like a 6-inch roll.
Oh.
Hey buddy, than it is a 10-inch, but I wanted to show you what that looks like.
Mom?
Yeah. So if I brought up another one of these, you know how we did with the ruffles, you would just do the same exact thing, you would just be doing it with the curly. Just take that out in case I didn't catch that. Okay, so after you got your little bundle together, you would just do the same thing. Take your hat, put your little pipe cleaner right through, and just tie it off. See, and that gives you a different look. And this one is really cute as well. If you want to see these more, just shorten your ribbons some. You could put your bow down here and have stuff on the other side. You could put it up top like I did. There's a lot of cute little different things that you can do. And this came from the Dollar Tree, so I would say I probably have, it's less than $10 in this right here. And this is adorable. So see, there are a lot of great little things you can do with stuff from the Dollar Tree. And you can get these from the Dollar Tree as well. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I was thinking about doing, I have a lot of kind of the same questions over and over. So I was thinking about doing either a Facebook Live or a YouTube Live so that you could come on and ask me questions. If you're interested in that, just comment and let me know, and I will try to set something up soon. So I hope y'all have a great day. And make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.